Hello and welcome back to another episode of All Influencer Wrestling. I am your Clout Missioner, Captain Tyrion Guidal.
It's scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Queens, New York, the Punisher, Victoria Holland.
And allow me to introduce to the AIW roster, Victoria Holland. A long-time rival/acquaintance of several members of the roster, making her All-Influencer Wrestling debut tonight. An absolute powerhouse. Victoria is here to run roughshod over the divisions here in AIW.
And from Brooklyn, New York, the total package, Amber Warren.
And her opponent, somebody who Victoria has run into multiple times in her pre-AIW career. Amber Warren, sporting a new look, reinvigorated and looking to turn her fortunes in the clout-chasing arena around. The first of several new debuts here tonight. Let's see how Victoria Holland does in her debut match. Battle of powerhouses, the height of Amber Warren and the sheer muscle of Victoria. Amber out the gate with a spear, sending Victoria right off of her feet. Amber just as much having something to prove, hoisting up the larger Victoria and over. A very impressive display of power there by Amber Warren. And hoisting Victoria up and down. This is a brutal assault by Amber. Welcome to All Influencer Wrestling, Victoria Holland. May not be a long stay if this welcome by Amber is anything to go by. And up and over again, that sheer powerhouse offense of Amber Warren on full display. Victoria not even able to get a look in edgeways at this point. Victoria finally and sensibly rolling out of the ring to recover, but Amber following through, diving over that top rope, seeing exactly what Victoria had in mind. Victoria trying to get a little bit of momentum going, Amber immediately having that scouted, knocking her right back off of her feet. We've got Brooklyn versus Queens going on deck right now, and Brooklyn is absolutely dominating. Can Victoria fight out? Doesn't look like it. Up over the shoulders and down again goes Victoria. able to power out. She is not willing to go down in her debut match like that, but that may just be inviting more punishment from this newly invigorated, vicious Amber Warren. Going up to the top rope. Victoria falling to her feet, maybe a mistake. Oh, Amber thinking better of that. Grappling up in the middle of the ring, sends Victoria into the corner and splash. Following through again. Speed offense now here from Amber. And finally Victoria able to power out. Can she get a desperately needed momentum shift? Just poise Amber. Look at the height, the sheer airtime that Victoria just sent Amber through to. Amber is not having it. Voice up, and but Victoria able to power out, slams Amber down to the mat. Taking a moment to pause and to taunt there, Amber making her suffer for it. Up and over she goes. Victoria again back on the defensive. Driving the spine of Victoria down into the mat. And good night, Amber. Is that going to do it? She is still up. What does Amber have in mind now? Up onto the shoulders and good night. Slam down. That has to have done it. And put away. A drubbing delivered to Victoria Holland in her debut match. That is a vicious new side of Amber Warren that we have yet to see. Amber has been kind of floundering around the mid-card in the women's division here in AIW thus far. That, however, was a statement. Welcome to Clout Chase City, Victoria Holland. Amber Warren sending a message to the rest of the locker room in that match. Well, we are going to try to peel what is left of poor Victoria off of the match. We'll be right back in just a few moments with a second debut match. Another new Clout Chaser joins the roster after these short messages. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Captain Tyriant Guidel, most dashingly handsome pirate in all of Limsa and the Clout Missioner of all Influencer Wrestling. As a swashbuckling pirate, I know a thing or two about hats, and sometimes even I feel the hats I own are just too big. So when I feel the need for minuscule millinery, there's only one place that comes to mind: tinyhatlabs.com. Tiny Hat Labs have always sought to push the boundaries of what's possible in client engagement millinery feedback solutions. Their guiding question remains the same today as it was when they were founded. What if small hat, but tiny? Operating at the nexus of science, engineering, artificial intelligence, art, fashion and design, Tiny Hat Labs seeks to pave the way to a paradigm shift in headpiece technology. While others ask, how much? tinyhatlabs.com asks, how little? I'm Captain Tyriant Guidel, and tinyhatlabs.com is my favourite place for hats on the internet. Luz tried everything to open the door, but it wouldn't budge. Hammers, axes, magic, saws, more magic, fire, even more magic, and magic explosions. Still, the door refused her. Why? After all this time and effort, why wouldn't the damn thing open?
Sure, it was an enchanted door that would open the path to a potentially catastrophic amount of magic pouring back into the universe, causing endless natural disasters that would drown or bury most cities from existence. But there was an equally high chance that wouldn't happen, and that the magic had been sealed away by ignorant fools for nothing. She had to believe there was a reason why she could tap into a sliver of the magic locked behind the door. That this was it, her singular life purpose. Open the door. Restore its magic back to everyone like it used to be in the stories, where anyone could use magic, for good or bad. That had to be it, right? That had to be why she was standing here, in the door's pocket dimension, on a small plot of Earth, large enough for only one person to stand in front of it, swearing at this void black door with iridescent veins flowing along its surface like water, living, taunting her to just open it already. So why was it so hard to swing the damn thing wide? Somehow, she had shoved the door apart just a crack ages ago. A thin, wispy line of light seeped out of a seam down the centre. Whenever she used teleportation magic, as she had decided to call it since she didn't know the correct term and hadn't seen others use it before, probably because it was dangerous and required sliding through space and time, but who was counting? She tapped into a sliver of warmth and power to travel wherever she wished. She'd managed that slight opening unthinking as a child, then never again. What was she doing wrong now? Worse, what if she wasn't doing anything wrong? What if this door wasn't meant to open for her after all? What else could there be for her but this? After everything, after all that searching, what else could there be?
This has been an extract from The Void Door by V.M. Ayala. To read the full story, please visit beneath-ceaseless-skies.com and search for issue 378. And thank you for watching Masterpiece Theatre. Welcome back to our second debuting performer.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Manchester, New Hampshire, weighing in at 175 pounds, Boo Day.
It's a Boo Day, yes it is. Making their all-influencer wrestling debut, here to chase clout is Boo Day. Hopefully their debut goes a little better than poor Victoria's did. But their opponents are going to seek to send them packing just as quickly.
And his opponent, accompanied by Pink, handsome, from New Mexico, weighing in at 206 pounds, Beautiful Bob!
Beautiful Bob, the opponent of choice for Boo Day, accompanied by his tag team partner Handsome Hank, the Deadly Doo-Woo, looking to make a mark here tonight as well. Will Hank's presence at ringside be enough to throw off Boo Day, or are they going to pick apart their opponent here tonight? And Bob immediately taking the run towards Bude out of the gate, kicking the match off very aggressively, puts the boots in to follow up. Pink and purple being the theme of this match here. Bude countering there, sending Bob over the shoulders, utilizing his own momentum against him, locking up Bob with a boot, to the gut, and over it goes, rolls through, sending Bude down to the mat, only for a 1 count, however. And hopping up and trying that same move again, this time not rolling through into the pinfall. Looking to inflict some more pain and wrenching down, stomp onto the knee. Handsome Hank there cheering on his tag partner, and over the top rope goes Bob, sending Bude down to the mat. The ship's decking, excuse me. Boots directly to the face. Sends Bude back into the ring. Bob maybe going, I thought he was going to the top rope there, but no, just maneuvering around to the side. Oh, it tried to go for an uppercut there, did Bude, but Bob had that scouted. Rolling to the outside of the ring for a bit of a breather goes Bude. Trying to get the crowd onto their side. Bob says, that's my role. A little bit of a gutsy move there by Bude that did not pay out well for them. Bob does not like sharing the spotlight with anyone other than Hank. Pulls Bude back up to the feet and sending them bouncing off of the ship's railing and up, and this is going to be unpleasant. Big boot draped over the ship side there. Gotta get Bude back into the ring though. That ref count already about to hit 8. Bude able to counter, chop, and it dives back into the ring just in time to break that ref's count. Is that going to be enough to change the momentum of the match? Potentially just pouncing Bob down and just pounding the head off the canvas. Apparently technique didn't work, so Bude just going for an outright assault on beautiful Bob. Once again though, turning the attention to showboating for the crowd, and Bob making them pay. Up and down, pulling through into the pinfall predicament. 1, 2, is that going to do it? No, Bude just able to power out. Into the corner reversal. And it looks like that, I think Bob has bitten open the head of Bude. Crimson mask starting to form there. I guess the ref didn't see that happen. Hoists Bude up onto the turnbuckle. What does Bob have in mind here? And countered. Bude able to send Bob tailbone first down to the canvas. Little bit of an acrobatic exchange there. Bob able to get the better of it with a head scissors takedown. And a vault over, crashing down onto the torso. Bude got the knees up that time. Went back to the well one too many times. Excellent counter there by Bude. Chop, chop to the chest of beautiful Bob. And what does Bude have in mind here? Just stomp down to the gut of Bob. Bude now very much in control. Can they capitalize? Takedown, getting a little bit technical there with Bob. What does Bude have in mind now? Going up to the top rope. And giant diving elbow from the top rope. Is that going to do it? No, they hold Bob back to the feet. That's not going to be enough. They are not quite done. Bob able to counter, back to his senses. spinning roundhouse kick there from Bude, definitely able to fight their way back into this. What do they have in mind? Up. And backdrop going through, tying tying Bob, up into that vicious looking submission maneuver. Can Bob power through? Able to fight out. Bob does not submit. The training regimen that Bob goes through to maintain abs like that is pain enough, and down over goes. Is that going to do it? I think that may put Bude away. Yes, Bude put away, but a hard-fought opening match. Nothing to be ashamed of. Literal blood, sweat, and tears from Bude in their debut performance, but not enough to put away beautiful Bob, the deadly Duru, racking up a win.
Here is your winner, Beautiful Bob.
Not coming away with a victory, but nothing to be ashamed of in that performance by Bude. Definitely a competitor to watch here in future in AIW. We are not done with the debuts for later on in this evening, but next up we'll be back with more high-paced clout-chasing action after these short messages. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Luz tried everything to open the door, but it wouldn't budge. Hammers, axes, magic, saws, more magic, fire, even more magic, and magic explosions. Still, the door refused her. Why? After all this time and effort, why wouldn't the damn thing open? Sure, it was an enchanted door that would open the path to a potentially catastrophic amount of magic pouring back into the universe, causing endless natural disasters that would drown or bury most cities from existence. But there was an equally high chance that wouldn't happen, and that the magic had been sealed away by ignorant fools for nothing. She had to believe there was a reason why she could tap into a sliver of the magic locked behind the door. That this was it, her singular life purpose. Open the door, restore its magic back to everyone like it used to be in the stories, where anyone could use magic, for good or bad. That had to be it, right? That had to be why she was standing here, in the door's pocket dimension, on a small plot of Earth, large enough for only one person to stand in front of it, swearing at this void black door with iridescent veins flowing along its surface like water, living, taunting her to just open it already. So why was it so hard to swing the damn thing wide? Somehow, she had shoved the door apart just a crack ages ago. A thin, wispy line of light seeped out of a seam down the centre. Whenever she used teleportation magic, as she had decided to call it since she didn't know the correct term and hadn't seen others use it before, probably because it was dangerous and required sliding through space and time, but who was counting? She tapped into a sliver of warmth and power to travel wherever she wished. She'd managed that slight opening unthinking as a child, then never again. What was she doing wrong now? Worse, what if she wasn't doing anything wrong? What if this door wasn't meant to open for her after all? What else could there be for her but this? After everything, after all that searching, what else could there be?
This has been an extract from The Void Door by V.M. Ayala. To read the full story, please visit beneath-ceaseless-skies.com and search for issue 378. And thank you for watching Masterpiece Theatre.
Suplex the train! Himbo power! Come on. Need to pop more potions. Meteor strike! Oh, I can't suplex... Oh, yeah, that's right. I can suplex a train, but I can't suplex an octopus. And here is our octopus friendo. Can I suplex an octopus? Nope. Can't suplex an octopus, turns out. Too slippery. Can I suplex Ultima Weapon? So we're going to start chucking some shuriken. I can suplex Ultima Weapon. Come on. We're so close. Whiffed. Come on, Sabin. Come on. Suplex! Boom! Hippo power!
Is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring, representing Chaos from Valhalla, the Tank.
Battlestar Galactica making their way down to the ring, continuing their hunt for answers in who it is that has been targeting them. Hoping to beat some information out of AIW's resident information broker. Battlestar thus far unable to get really any closer to answers insofar as who has been interfering with their trajectory here in AIW. They've eliminated culprits thus far, but are no closer to finding out the identity of their tormentor. If there is anyone who is going to have information, it'll be Val's competitor tonight. Curie setting a name for herself as somebody who recognizes that information is power. Val has reason to believe that Curie knows something, or at least knows someone who knows something about the identity of her assailant. For Curie, however, all information comes with a price, and the price in this case is a showcase match against Battlestar. And up, and yep, Battlestar immediately putting the work in on Kiri, sending her down to the mat. Val very, very dominant in this thus far. Again, sending the spine of Kiri crashing down. Kiri, though, coming seemingly out of nowhere, big spinning DDT, trying to pick up the win. Kiri, knowing a win over Battlestar would represent a rise in her own fortunes here in AIW. She's definitely going to capitalize on this opportunity. Big boot to the face of Battlestar. Kiri looking to prove what she is capable of doing. And in this case, that is going to be taunting Battlestar, which might not work out too well for her. This is a wrestler on a mission, and definitely putting paid to Kiri there. And just pounding into the face of our Mithrin princess there, who is rolling out to the ring to find some semblance of safety. And that may not go well for her as Val sends Kiri bouncing off the hardest part of the ring, jaw first. Val going back into the ring, waiting and beckoning Kiri. Pulls Kiri back up. And over onto the shoulder. Is Kiri able to fire it? Nope. Down she goes with a slam. Got that pinfall in deep. 1, 2. Kiri able to power through. Boot to the chest. Oh, Kiri, though, able to kip up and diving elbow sends Val down another and going for a third and Pele kick right to the head of Battlestar. Kiri going for the pin. 1, 2. Val powering out. It's going to take more than that to keep the tank main down. Just a slap returned with a punch. Kiri able to fend off Val's attack. What does Kiri have in mind here? Up and power slam down, sending the spine of Battlestar into the mat. Hyping up for the crowd. Kiri definitely making the most out of this opportunity. And again, boot to the face, sending Val down. Waiting, what does Kiri have in mind now? Go to sleep. Drives that stiletto heel into the throat of Battlestar. Good ring awareness, pulling Val away from the ropes, but is that going to give her time to recover? Indeed it did. Val powers out at 2.5. Kiri putting her sheer speed to good use. Up to the top rope she goes, and over, and crashes down onto the gut of Battlestar. And I'm being told by our production crew, apparently there was some sort of visual glitch in the production feed earlier in the match. I do apologize for that. Flying clothesline from Battlestar, definitely getting back into the momentum on this match. What's Val got now in mind? Up to the middle rope and corkscrew dive off the mid rope. 1, 2. Kiri able to power out at 2. Val taking the moment to play to the crowd, that streamer mentality coming in, and splash into Kiri in the corner. Val waiting. Kiri pulls back to the feet. Oh, God, ducks out of the way of Val's grapple attempt. Excellent situational awareness there by our Mithra. And slams Val down to the canvas, but not great positioning. Val easily able to get the rope break. Again, though, that stiletto deep into the throat of Val. Paying greater attention to the ring situation this time. Hauls Val back towards the middle of the ring. Is that going to be enough to do it? 1, 2. It does. Kiri comes away with the victory. getting definitely what she wanted out of that exchange, but the match was the offering. What information will Kiri be able to provide to Val about what has been going on with her?
Here is your winner.
We will be right back in just a few moments as the action here on AIW tonight rolls on. Excellent showcase there by Kiri. But we have a tag team match up in action as of next. The Dangerous Alliance in action against a newly formed duo of Mary and Ashapal. The Dangerous Alliance under new guidance. We'll see how this plays out for them in just a moment. We'll be right back. Get those heels going. Thank you, Steve. In Steve we trust. Steve protects us. Steve is the way. Steve is the light. All right. Oh, and we got a troll. That troll's naked as here, come on. Ah, almost made it back. Oh no, we got ambushed by brains. That's a mood. Oh, Ice Storm 16. Hey, Daspiv. Oh, okay, so Daspiv just healed Tiamat. Oh, sorry, Daspiv just healed her. Sorry, Leon healed Tiamat. Daspiv is great. Tell Sonya love. Sonya, Daspiv loves you. Great if Steve could cure Ty before he takes another hit. Okay, well, technically that was what I said would be great. It's not exactly the path I intended to get there, but I suppose technically that's what I asked for. It would appear that he is, in fact, down here choking the serpent. My chair was stolen while I was gone. And now this one is here. Very upset about the fact that I removed him from said chair. And we are encountering the bane of every TTRPG party, a mimic door. Oh, that's all. And Sid's getting stoned, and not in a fun way. Trees in the forest are alive. They can understand human speech and can read minds. The trees are alive, and they say, F you. Slept like a top. You know, I know that's not how that line is meant to be read, but I also don't understand how it makes sense any other way either. Oh, balls, it's a monster in a box. Okay. Oh, steal the spectacles. I'm getting so many silver spectacles. Stop stealing my gil, you bastard. That's the question is, can I kill this before that doom counter on terror expires? The answer appears to be no. The answer appears to be yes. So it can bounce off and zap you. Oh, and you just did banish again. Oh, cool. The entire party got banished. Well, that didn't get off to a great start. All right. Is this a switch? Yep. There we go. Oh, wait, look at that. I stepped on the switch, and it revealed a new hole. I think we go back up to... I see a hole I haven't tried yet. Welcome back from that break. Tag team action up next as the Dangerous Alliance, accompanied by a new debuting figure here in All Influencer Wrestling.
On the way to the ring.
Meet Chen Harper, a veteran of the New York wrestling scene, trainer of several members of the AIW roster. She has been witnessing the showboating tendencies of some of her proteges and has decided to show up herself to put an end to all of that and get them back on track, get them to focus on victories, get them to focus on wins. The Dangerous Alliance themselves also sporting a new look and, with Chen's guidance, hopefully a new attitude.
And their opponents, first from New York, the Animal Princess.
A new forged friendship through the fires of a battle. Mary and Ashapal have found themselves in the same multi-person matches multiple times, each being impressed with the other's ring acumen and general awareness. The two of them not having the greatest of luck in singles competition thus far, trying their hand as a team together now.
Representing Team Bring It, from parts unknown, the Warrior Princess.
Her usual teammates Avric and Tiff not present here for the show tonight. Let's see how much teamwork and camaraderie exists between Asha and Mary. They've definitely won each other's respect as opponents. Let's see how they coexist as a team. Of course, the Dangerous Alliance having that sistered bond. Very, very familiar with each other's moveset and capabilities. You have to assume that the extensive experience in working together definitely favors the Dangerous Alliance in this match, especially under the guidance of Chen Harper. Teresa and Mary opening up, and there's Teresa out the gate. Strong, dominant performance, immediately driving Mary down to the mat, putting the shoes in afterwards. Mary able to roll out of the way though, trips Teresa down. and immediate momentum shift, crashing down to the mat, keeping Teresa isolated in her team's corner. Excellent ring awareness by Mary. And again, crashing the shoulder down into the mat. Teresa able to power through, but there it is, as Chen just shakes her head on the outside. That is the showboating tendency that the Dangerous Alliance or the Deadly Alliance, excuse me, have proven to undermine themselves with. Drop kick from Teresa, sending Ashapal down to the mat. And there again, crawling towards, mocking Mary in the corner, and Asha able to easily capitalize. Neckbreaker down from Asha, and another tag. These two keeping each other fresh, keeping Teresa isolated, and not letting Calypso get a look in as of yet. This is excellent tag team technique from these two. Push down, but only a 1 count. The resiliency of Teresa Dominguez on full display right now. Drop kick to the back of the neck from Mary to Teresa. Able to get a brief momentum shift, and Mary, though, charges across the ring, prevents Teresa from being able to tag in Calypso, but there she goes, able to make that tag with a dive. Calypso now fresh into this matchup, sends Mary over, and big drop kick to the head. Takes that brief moment to pause. I guess if you're going to taunt, at least make it a quick, snappy one. Chen still on the outside, not impressed by the Dominguez sisters' continuing insistence on mocking their opponents. Over the top rope, and crash down to the ship's deck goes Mary. Calypso sends the Animal Princess back into the ring, goes up to the top rope. Mary desperately trying to crawl to her corner and dives out of the way of that, and Ashapal able to get the tag, able to tag in. But right into continued offense by Calypso, takes the opportunity to tag in Teresa. Asha rolls to the outside to recover. Comes all the way back around. Asha and Teresa now legal. Bouncing off the ropes, and big drop kick sends Asha down to the mat. There once again, though, there's that showboating, and Asha is going to make Teresa suffer for it. Able to wriggle out, though. Chop block to the leg sends Asha down to the mat and tags in the sister. In comes Calypso. Working over the neck of Asha, tending the attention to Mary, trying to just send a quick warning shot, and again, that taunt turns the attention back to Mary on the ring apron, trying to maybe make sure that Asha doesn't have the opportunity for a rescue from a pinfall attempt, but that may have given Asha the time she needed to recover. Sends her over, and spinning kick, though, right to the face of Ashapal. There's that ring awareness we've come to expect from her, though. Rolls out of the ring, preventing Calypso from being able to capitalize. Pulls back in, grapple up, sends Asha into the ropes, and arm drag over down in the middle of the ring. Mary's down on the outside, but the sheer strength and resiliency of Ashapal, too great, powers out at just a 1. Tag in Teresa Dominguez, now the legal competitor for that team. Face first down into the canvas, but Mary has had time to recover, breaks up the pinfall. Dangerous Alliance, furious at Mary's interjection there. But Mary fighting back against Calypso's attempt to knock her out on the outside. Calypso being sent down to the ring, and the showboat again from Teresa going onto that top rope gave Asha time to recover. Mary has put pace to Calypso on the outside. Teresa isolated in the ring, Asha running wild. The Dangerous Alliance are in a dangerous position themselves right now, but up and over, crash down goes Asha. Teresa moving the opponent back towards the middle of the ring. What does she have in mind? Wrenching the neck, locking Ashapal into a submission maneuver. Mary, it looks like, taken out on the outside by Calypso. No assistance coming for Asha, but she is able to power out. And counter sends Teresa down to the mat. Waits, dodges that blow, and hauling Teresa over. It looks like maybe going for the tag. Yep, Mary has recovered, is back up on the corner. Tag double team offense coming from these two. Clothesline from Mary. Moving Teresa away from the ropes. Waiting for an opportunity to capitalize. Rolls through, working the ankle of Teresa now. Goes for the pinfall. Calypso, nope. Teresa able to power out just at one. Not enough damage done to the resilient Dominguez sister. Hauling back over to the corner. I think we might be seeing another tag, another double team offense here from these two. And both going to the top rope. This is a very precarious position. Backdrop sends Teresa crashing down to the canvas. That had to hurt. Bouncing off the ropes. The ref got in the way there. Oh, that is going to be a great upset for Asha. Tags in. Gave Teresa some time to roll out. Get her bearings together. Mary, though, able to grapple from the back. Hoists up to the shoulders. And no, Teresa able to reverse. Sends Mary down to the mat and tack in a recovered Calypso, eager to get into this match. And immediately going locks in the sharpshooter there deep in the middle of the ring, but Asha able to get in and rescue her tag partner. So we see in the back corner Chen Harper continuing to observe. Feet up from Mary, able to get a counter there from Calypso. Back in control, up she goes, and down overhead suplex sends Calypso down to the mat and putting the boots in deep. Grapple locks up and working the arm around. Calypso rolls through. Arm drag of her own, able to counter. Running leg there to Mary, deep in her own corner. Is that going to do it? No, too close. The rope break there, not able to get that win. Teresa sending Ashapal out of the ring, telling her to get out of the way. Mary taking opportunity to try and recover. And up and overhead suplex. Meanwhile, we have Teresa and Ashapal going at it. But that means Calypso and Mary left to it in the middle of the ring with Mary in control. There will be no rescue coming for Calypso. And not with a knee strike like that. Maybe good night. Mary taking the opportunity to do a little bit of showboating, and it cost her this time. Gave Calypso the opportunity to roll out and recover. Drops Teresa down to the side of the ring. Gots the boot in. Rolls through. Sends Calypso down, and again working over the leg. Can Mary capitalize? Asha is back up. Teresa is out, moving Calypso to the middle of the ring. If Mary can get a significant move landed, this may well be it for the Dangerous Alliance. Working over those legs, perhaps building towards some sort of submission maneuver. Gets down for a 1 count. And tags in the arrested Ashapal. Calypso struggling in the middle of the ring now. Runs right into a scoop slam from Asha. Takes a moment to taunt herself. Calypso crawling towards. I think Asha's letting Calypso go for it. Teresa now back in. I think after the conflict on the outside, Asha maybe wanted Teresa in the middle of the ring, but maybe suffering for it. That was a vicious slam down, but Mary able to break up the pin, saving it for their team. Again, that ring general mentality of Mary, constantly aware of what's going on. Definitely a strong suit for that competitor. Teresa now guiding Asha over to her corner, seeing some tag team offense from the Dangerous Alliance. Up to the top, and assisted missile slam. Calypso now legal and going for the showboating. Gave Asha the moment she needed to go for the tag. Mary now locking in the sharpshooter herself deep in the middle of the ring. Teresa able to break it up, but not in time. Calypso taps. That legwork done by Mary earlier in the match. Once again, the showboating tendency of the Dangerous Alliance cost them the match. And look at Chen Harper on the outside. This is exactly what she has been witnessing from her protege. That is not going to result in a happy conversation backstage. Again, we see there just locking in, working over the legs of Calypso earlier in the match. Mary, ever the tactician, scoring a victory for this newly formed team. This means next week, right here on Broadside, we will have a championship match to crown the first ever AIW Tag Team Champions. This team of Mary and Asha will take on the dominant team from the Drama Bomb Premium Live event, Candied Ginger. One of those two teams will be our inaugural tag champions. The action here on tonight's Broadside, though, is not over as of yet. We'll be right back in just a few moments. More high impact, high clout action after these short messages. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Captain Tyriant Guidel, most dashingly handsome pirate in all of Lumsalaminsa, and the Clout Missioner of all influencer wrestling. As a swashbuckling pirate, I know a thing or two about hats. And sometimes, even I feel the hats I own are just too big. So when I feel the need for minuscule millinery, there's only one place that comes to mind. tinyhatlabs.com. Tiny Hat Labs have always sought to push the boundaries of what's possible in client engagement millinery feedback solutions. Their guiding question remains the same today as it was when they were founded. What if small hat, but tiny? Operating at the nexus of science, engineering, artificial intelligence, art, fashion and design, Tiny Hat Labs seeks to pave the way to a paradigm shift in headpiece technology. While others ask, how much? tinyhatlabs.com asks, how little? I'm Captain Tyriant Guidel, and tinyhatlabs.com is my favourite place for hats on the internet.
Welcome back for more tag team action from the other half of our roster.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall. Introducing first, from Edinburgh, Scotland, weighing in at 158 pounds, Stephen Joyce.
The Stream team members teaming up. Speaking of newly formed tag teams, we have ourselves a classic hero versus villain matchup tonight. Fan favorite plucky underdog Stephen Joyce making his way down to the ring as the crowd is on their feet, bouncing along to his entrance music. And hoping to assist Stephen in producing a victory out of this match tonight. It's the producer to the stars.
And his partner from parts unknown, weighing in at 219 pounds, DC.
The Hatomancer and the Tiny Hat Aficionado teaming up in this match here tonight. Of course, these two plucky heroes have quite the task ahead of them with the villainous alliance they face.
And from Minnesota, weighing in at 268 pounds, Steve Unpredictable Sparks.
Steve Sparks and Stephen Joyce very, very familiar with each other, having met across the ring numerous times. Having been placed into this matchup against each other, it'll be interesting to see how well Sparks plays with his tag team partner here tonight. And Sparks will definitely be looking to pull out the victory himself tonight, having not had the greatest run of luck here in All Influencer Wrestling, as has his opponent, or his partner, excuse me.
And from Authority Megasport HQ, weighing in at 275 pounds, GT.
The Battle of the Hats resumes as the Golden Ticket joins Steve Sparks to take on Stephen Joyce and DC Lissette. And here we go. Battle of the Steve versus Steven, kicking things off. And Sparks is the one who gets the better of that initial exchange. Steven, though, able to counter and capitalize. Very even back and forth thus far. Sparks gaining control. Ooh, just bounces Steven off and immediately turns his attention to DC, trying to get a quick, cheap blow in there. And going for the tag. Surprisingly effective teamwork from these two early on. And over goes Steven Joyce down to the mat as the golden ticket hypes up. Steven tried to go for a maneuver there, it just bounced off that dollar of man fur on the chest of golden ticket. Makes Steven suffer for it. Down to the mat he goes, going for the early pinfall. Steven, though, able to get the shoulder up, only a 1 count. And able to fight out of that grapple attempt by Golden Ticket, but the sheer power imbalance working out in GT's favor. Steven rolling out of the way, just gets pushed, shoved back into the ropes there. What on earth has Golden Ticket got in mind here? Ow, just using the ropes for additional momentum, slams Steven straight first down into the canvas. Steven, though, able to quickly slam GT's face down into the canvas. Can he get a tag? Well, maybe not. He's going to continue trying to work over Golden Ticket himself. There we go. Sensible strategy there by Steven. Got control over GT. Tags in DC, going for the double team maneuver, and boy, produced a missile together. And what does DC have in mind here? Trying to crack those knees of the Golden Ticket straight down in. Again, working over the lower body of the Golden Ticket. A smart strategy here by the producer to the stars. Running knee drops straight into the face of Golden Ticket, who is then able to sweep the leg, get down, but only a 1 count. Golden Ticket having enough of that, tags in Steve Sparks as DC waits in the middle of the ring, tries to charge through, able to get though to an overhead hook suplex by Sparks, only a 1 again from DC. Off the ropes and vaults over. What does Sparks have in mind? Hops over the charging DC and again hooks the arms, suplex over, sends DC down to the mat, able to get to the tag. Steven tagged in. I don't think Sparks initially realized he was legal. Steven able to just vault out of that grapple by Sparks, but then a reverse kick able to shift the momentum back in Sparks' favor. Sends Steven crashing down, and again, quick tags from our villainous duo here. Though Steven able to reverse the charging Golden Ticket's momentum. Knees drop down to the chest of Golden Ticket. Vaults over and didn't quite get that fancy head scissors we've seen, but enough to knock Golden Ticket down off of his walk towards Sparks. Broke the tag attempt. And smack down to the floor goes the face of the Golden Ticket. And DDT, you heard that crunch as Golden Ticket's face got driven into that wooden ship decking. And again, drop kick. Steven, dominant, putting paid to the Golden Ticket outside. Vaults back into the ring, almost knocks Sparks off balance doing so. Turns his attention to Sparks. Trying to do something there, I think, to knock Sparks out of the match to get a pinfall attempt going, but gave GT time to recover and just pressing Steven over his head. The sheer power of the Golden Ticket showing off there. Steven, though, able to kick out only at 1. Yelling at the crowd, Golden Ticket turned his back, gave DC time to get tagged in. And spin, 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 around we go. And in reversing the motion. Now that's what I call a stream transition. DC knocked himself out of balance a little bit there, but GT definitely going to have been the one who got the worst of that. And up and over goes cradle pinfall from Steve Sparks. Is that going to do it? No, DC able to wrench his way out of that dangerous predicament he just found himself in. Sends Sparks into the ropes. And doom, down we go. Neckbreaker down to the canvas. Getting Sparks into position, going for the tag again. Back into his team's corner, tags to Steven. And double suplex over they go, followed by a double kick. That's going to do a lot of damage to the chest of Steve Sparks. Working over the arm as well. Not really isolating any particular part of the body. They seem to be just trying to eliminate all of Sparks' dangerous offensive capabilities. Sparks hoisting himself back up using the ropes for leverage. Steven waiting right there to capitalize. Oh, misjudged the timing there on that, I think, a little bit, though. And Sparks making him suffer for it. Belly-to-belly suplex, over goes Stephen Joyce. Sparks now very much in control. DC returning to the match. Tried to get Sparks' attention away, didn't last long enough. Just wrenching the arm of Stephen right in front of his tag partner there. DC unable to... Oh, distracted by Golden Ticket, who was working his way around. I think the ref caught whatever GT was trying to do there, and Stephen has now been busted open. Have to wonder if the headset constantly attached to Steven's head may have cut into his own forehead during one of those strikes from Sparks. And up and drags over. Flips, sending Sparks down. Crimson Mask erupting over the head of Stephen Joyce, but Sparks dominant, able to capitalize. DC trying to go for the breakup and makes it in time, simply able to outpace Golden Ticket, who was not able to prevent DC going for that pinfall breakup. And Steve Sparks now going to the mid-rope. Steven able to roll out of the ring, though. Trying to make his way back around, trying to bait Sparks over to his side of the ring. Looks like that worked out in Steven's favor initially, but Sparks simply able to power through. Although up and... Oh, look at that flip, sending the spine of Sparks right down into that wood. And following through, it hits straight to the spine. Sparks, though, able to counter. Striking combo from Sparks, eyeing up DC back on the ring apron. Back into the ring goes Sparks, turning his attention to DC now. Trying to prevent DC going to Steven's aid. Sends him down. The ref about to reach that 9 count. Can Steven make it back into the ring in time? He barely makes it in. Sparks, though, took that opportunity to take out DC. And there we go. Hat slam from Steven. Is that going to do it? They're in his corner. 2, 3. Golden Ticket unable to cross the ring in time. What a finish. Stephen Joyce pulling the win out of nowhere with the hat slam at the end. Sparks sensibly trying to get DC out of the match, but it sets Stephen up to be able to isolate him in his team's corner, too far away from Golden Ticket to be able to do anything about that hat slam pinfall attempt. What a victory for the Tiny Hat Hatomancer duo. Hopefully we can get one of the tiny hats out to cover up that nasty gash on Steven's forehead. But a victory for our heroes in this match. Steven and DC coming away with a hard-fought victory. And speaking of hard-fought victories, that is what is going to be on the cards for our main event here tonight. We have a very special championship showcase for you. Our newly crowned $1,000,000 champion, Lady Aria Nightvalley, going up against the Sold Clout champion, Glix. These two ethereal beings will clash in the middle of the ring, champion versus champion, in our main event up next. We'll be right back.
Luz tried everything to open the door, but it wouldn't budge. Hammers, axes, magic, saws, more magic, fire, even more magic, and magic explosions. Still, the door refused her. Why? After all this time and effort, why wouldn't the damn thing open? Sure, it was an enchanted door that would open the path to a potentially catastrophic amount of magic pouring back into the universe, causing endless natural disasters that would drown or bury most cities from existence. But there was an equally high chance that wouldn't happen, and that the magic had been sealed away by ignorant fools for nothing. She had to believe there was a reason why she could tap into a sliver of the magic locked behind the door. That this was it, her singular life purpose. Open the door, restore its magic back to everyone like it used to be in the stories, where anyone could use magic, for good or bad. That had to be it, right? That had to be why she was standing here, in the door's pocket dimension, on a small plot of Earth, large enough for only one person to stand in front of it, swearing at this void-black door with iridescent veins flowing along its surface like water, living, taunting her to just open it already. So why was it so hard to swing the damn thing wide? Somehow, she had shoved the door apart just a crack ages ago. A thin, wispy line of light seeped out of a seam down the center. Whenever she used teleportation magic, as she had decided to call it since she didn't know the correct term and hadn't seen others use it before, probably because it was dangerous and required sliding through space and time, but who was counting? She tapped into a sliver of warmth and power to travel wherever she wished. She'd managed that slight opening unthinking as a child, then never again. What was she doing wrong now? Worse, what if she wasn't doing anything wrong? What if this door wasn't meant to open for her after all? What else could there be for her but this? After everything, after all that searching, what else could there be?
This has been an extract from The Void Door by V.M. Ayala. To read the full story, please visit beneath-ceaseless-skies.com and search for issue 378. And thank you for watching Masterpiece Theatre.
Welcome back to our main event. We haven't seen her in action in a little bit.
Following champion versus champion contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Chroma City, the prestigious internet champion, the Superstar.
An ultimate clash of clout. Glix, our Sold Clout champion, making her way down to the ring. Of course, both of these competitors have a massive target painted on their back in the form of Pressery D, our hunter who holds that drama bomb briefcase, waiting in the wings for the opportunity to cash that in and claim one of these titles for herself. Fresh off a victory at Drama Bomb, Lady Aria Nightvalley, our new $1 Shillion champion. Doubly concerning, for Aria has to not only keep an eye out for a potential cash-in by Presery, but also you have to imagine that Jenna Pastorio is not happy to have lost that title and will be out for revenge. That, of course, being the risk when you hold the clout. You are the target. And squaring up, here we go. Glix versus Aria. Aria able to get the better of the initial exchange. And over the knee. And wrenching the leg of Glix back. Aria definitely out to prove not only that she deserves that $1 Shillion champion, but maybe with designs on the Sold Clout title as well. Wrenching the neck of Glix. And hoist up and down she goes. Aria dominating this match thus far. Continuing to work the legs of Glix. Glix there trying to crawl towards the ropes for some method of relief. Aria not letting her opponent go. A viciously cold side of our Winter Queen that we are seeing here. Knees down. Glix is in serious trouble, smack in the middle of the ring. And down goes the leg. This is a vicious performance from Aria. Glix able to keep up, finally able to break that momentum, going quickly for the pinfall. I think if for no other reason than to break the momentum of Aria, force her to use some energy to kick out of that. I don't think Glix was necessarily expecting a 3 count there. More just trying to force Aria to expend energy to kick out. Up she goes to the top, and Glix now very much in control. Fighting back, pounding into the face of Nightvalley, kick to the ribs. I think Glix sending the message here of, fine, you're going to work over the limbs, I'll just punch you in the damn face. Striking offense from Glix, and over she goes. Kept up now by Aria. Glix, though, still able to maintain the momentum. Sends Aria bouncing off the ropes. Ooh, Aria injured her wrist there, I think, trying to break up the momentum. And now Glix over to the top and bounces the neck of Aria off the top rope. Following through with a rope-assisted flying elbow there by Glix. Glix now reminding Aria, this is why I have the gold. This is why I've got the clout. This is why I am the Soul Clout champion. Running roundhouse kick. We have seen Glix end many a match with that. That is how she won that title in the first place. But Aria able to kick out at 2. Glix still in control. Slams Aria down to the mat. Hoists her back up. Aria stunned on her feet, back off the ropes, and this time a rope-assisted diving kick from Glix. Up she tops go, and Aria able to roll out of the way. I don't even know what I said there. I think I lost the ability to speak. Up to the top she goes is what I meant to say. The excitement of this match has taken away my ability to words. Aria, though, able to shift the momentum down back to working the legs of Glix. And again, snapping the leg, trying to rip the leg out of the socket there, I think. Down onto the face. Aria waiting for Glix to get back up, got tired of that, hoists her back up, and just driving. Look at that, snaps, sends the face of Glix down into the mat. Glix is damn near out of it, but somehow, some way, Glix finds the reserves to kick out at 2.5. Aria just not sure what to do at this point. Can't quite believe that did not put Glix away, and just the disrespect. I think holding that belt has awoken something kind of ugly in Aria. And there goes the druidic magic of Glix, a misty step, teleporting behind Aria, smack into the roundhouse kick again. 1, 2, is that going to do it? No, Aria still able to power through. Glix having to pull out the druidic magic to try and survive in this match. Still not enough to put away Nightvalley. And diving over the top rope goes Glix, crashing down onto the neck of Nightvalley. And trying now just to straight out choke out our escaped Fey Princess. Glix maybe now trying to just knock out Aria on the out of the ring and go for a count-out victory, but Aria able to just stun her way out of that. The height difference between these two working in Glix's favor there. I think Aria with that last chop misjudged and went clear over Glix's head. And boot draping over the ship's railing as the ref reaches a count of 6. These two tearing strips out of each other on the outside of the ring. Oh, and continues. Big clothesline from Glix, sending Aria down. These two just locked up on the outside. Now Aria able to flip, reverse, does barely get back into the ring and break that ref's count. And there we go once again, that running kick from Glix. Is that going to do it? That's the third one of those she's landed. That maybe has to, and that is enough to put it away. Glix reminding Aria, it doesn't matter what belt she holds. There is only room for one at the top of the Clout Mountain, and it's Glix.
Here is your winner, the Superstar.
Reminding everyone why she is the prestigious internet champion. Glix riding high, although from what we have seen earlier tonight, there is a hungry division coming up right behind her. The problem with being the internet's main character is everyone is gunning for you. But that concludes our main event for tonight. We will be back next week with an exciting main event that was finalized tonight. We will be crowning our inaugural tag team champions. Candied Ginger takes on the victorious from tonight's team of Mary and Ashapal. One of those two teams will have gold around their waist when next week's episode ends. I have been the Clout Missioner, Captain Tyriant Guidal. I do again apologise for the visual glitches we apparently had on the production stream during Battlestar and Kerry's match earlier. We will look into and figure out what was up with that. Great apologies, but as always, for now, remember, until we see you next time, stay #out for Clout. Good night.